Hi everyone. So let me walk you quickly through a project that Chinonso and myself worked on recently. It's a privately owned project, so I'll simply call it Project Sentinel. So it's a full CICD for a mobile and back-end application that has its back-end built on .NET, apps.NET with a React Native front end. So my team was saddled with the responsibility of executing the CICD, including a DigitalOcean infrastructure that was automated using Terraform. So let's jump right into it. So here we had it's built with GitHub actions and triggers on pushes as indicated here. Triggers on pushes to the feature branches, but we deploy manually to deploy to the stage of the SIT and the prod environments on manual triggers. We are deploying using Docker Compose, just to mention. And then the next stage is secrets that we declare here. We had secrets and variables saved in GitHub action secrets and environment variables. That's what we are declaring here. And then we have separate jobs below. We have the linting, the lint and scan, which basically uses the Gitleak scan to ensure we don't accidentally commit sensitive info. Ideally, this should be run from a reusable repo, but this is just a framework on which we built other repos, so that's why we included it here. The next stage is the unit test, the React Native test, and for the front end, and the .NET test. We have the React Native test commented here because it's recommended to the developers. They might decide not to use it, especially that the front end is going to be built using a separate build tool, Expo, right? And then we have the apps per unit test, which actually depends also on the lint and scan. Next is our SonarQube scan. Yeah, it's also commented here. The SonarQube scan captures test coverage and analyzes code quality, right? So the SonarQube is commented alongside the React Native because SonarQube scan, the job actually depends on the React Native, and one consideration was the fact that SonarQube actually takes a lot of space. We had some issues with memory and CPU, so we just put it there, but decided to comment it out. Code quality is critical, even though it's commented. Code quality is critical. With SonarQube, a pipeline collects coverage from both the back end and the front end tests. Yeah, .NET coverage is collected with Coverlet, and React Native coverage with Jest. Sonar merges these reports, giving a clear picture of overall quality, which is viewable on the UI, and you can see or decide if it passes previously set quality gates, right? So the above stages ensure we catch errors early enough, right, and maintain high quality code standards, right? One thing that's peculiar in this workflow is the use of GitHub action containers that spin and run jobs and exit. This basically is to help to keep things clean and reduce resource usage. The initial design also included a checkup scan, right? And the checkup scan basically would scan the Docker file for correctness and bug-free infrastructure dependencies that are used in the Docker file. But this was removed based on the client's demand. So yeah, the next stage would be the next stage is the build and push. The next stage is build and push. The CI pipeline builds a .NET image scan. It's and scans it for. It also includes a Trivy scan, and yeah, that's the Trivy scan right here, and pushes it to pushes it to DigitalOcean's container registry. This ensures we deploy a safe and consistent image. So the next stage is the Terraform, the Terraform apply stage. For the infrastructure, we used Terraform. Everything is defined as code in the infra folder right here. Right, that's it right here, and it basically consists of these 3 folders. Yeah. So although this portion it's not commented yet, it actually should be commented. Let me just quickly comment it out. This is because it is implemented already. Actually, this portion is implemented. Let me scroll back to the beginning. Yeah. So although this portion is implemented already and it's currently, it needs to be commented, ideally it should be actually run by the workflow, especially to detect things like possible drifts, So it basically includes the module folder for all droplets. Instances of VMs are called droplets in DigitalOcean. So it contains all droplet folders, the VPC, cloud firewall, and the DNS as well. And then we have the resource folder. Let me open this. The resource folder. Let's go to the main dot here. The resource folder actually provisions the resources, right? And it points to the environment folder right here. It depends on the environment folders, that's the environment folder here, which actually contains the variable .yaml file that has the variable values that can be modified as needed, and this helps to keep the configuration clean and durable, right? We can always come here, modify the values. So yeah, that's basically it with the Terraform. And then let's go back to the workflow. And finally, we have the deployment jobs, which depend on the Terraform apply. This is coming up because I just commented it out. So we have the deployment to the SIT or stage and the prod environments. Those are triggered manually as is expected, and then the outcome is we get automated testing, safe container builds, and consistent deployments, all by keeping the front end and the back end workflows cleanly separated. So this is a framework. This is just a framework that other CIs are dependent on, right? So we actually wrote we have other repos that have followed this format, and as I mentioned earlier, the front end is going to be built with the React build tool, Expo tool, and then the back end is made up of about 6 services, which every variable has six or so images, and will require separate CIs to build those images. So these CIs have separate repos, and So yeah, this forms the basis on which we built those repos. It followed this format basically, especially for the back end images. So that's about it. This setup helps to improve confidence and reduces errors in production and speeds up release cycles. So thanks for watching, and I hope it gives you an idea on building a robust CICD pipeline for mobile and back-end applications. Thank you.